my name is Jonathan. I came on Schoolies this year, and I'm here just to share a particular story about a guy called Callum, who I met. It was on Friday of the first week of Schoolies during the Queensland Schoolies. Myself and my partner, Cameron, we were actually on the beach, and we walked up to Callum and walked up to this girl that he was talking to, and it turned out that they didn't actually know each other. And so very quickly we started just getting into like conversations about just tons and tons of things. And Callum, he actually ended up talking with me more specifically, and he did start sharing some more personal things in his life, and he was talking about just kind of some of the decisions that he'd made in the past, and some of the things that he'd done which he'd felt just hadn't really been at all, I guess, what he would have planned or expected for his life. And he actually told me a lot of things about just being in a really tough and really troubling spot and area in his life. One of the big things that he was worried about as well, on top of that, was not knowing what to do now that school was over, possibly having to go to uni in a completely different area which he'd never really been to before, and just not knowing anyone there and not having any friends there. And so I guess in an effort to, I suppose, comfort him in that, in an effort to, I suppose, pour into that a little bit, I shared about how I guess, my faith actually helped me in those times of my life as well, in terms of going to uni and in terms of entering new territory which I'd never seen before and was very, very much nervous about at the time. In kind of sharing and opening up a little bit about my faith, he really did start, I suppose, resonating with that a lot. And yeah, he shared further about just some of the more really serious things that had happened in his life, and some of the things that had just affected his relationship with his family, and some of the things that he felt that he had done actually to destroy that. And he came to the conclusion that a lot of it was because he didn't have God in his life. A lot of it was because he was ignoring that side of his life. He stopped going to church after like 2 years. He actually made the statement to me that he actually really felt like he needed to go back to church, and he needed to bring God back into his life. And so I asked him, well, given that, do you actually know, or have you actually really heard the I guess the full and the proper message of Christianity? Do you really know what it means, what it's all about? And he looked at me and he said, no, I don't actually. I haven't ever actually heard that. And so I just took the chance just to share the gospel with him in its fullness. I challenged him on that in order for us to be able to, accept this or have this gift that Jesus Christ has provided for our life. We have to make the choice to accept that. And I asked him, if he was ready to make that choice, if that was something that he wanted in his life right now. And he actually said yes. He actually said, yes, I really do want this in my life, and I really do want to make a difference and just transform myself and change where I'm at right now. And so, yeah, he prayed to receive Christ that night. Can't say I've ever seen anyone more thankful and just more appreciative of a conversation that I've had with them. Because, yeah, he was just incredibly overjoyed and incredibly just, overwhelmed and overcome by, I guess, that prayer that he had prayed, and by that conversation that we had had. And so I really think on that night, it really made a difference in his life, because one of the things he said to me, one of the things that I guess we talked about before I left, was him saying that after that he just felt a really, really big sense of peace. He really, really felt at peace, both with where he was at right now and where he could move on to in the future. And I think that was really amazing for God to just be able to work in his life that night to, I guess, bring him back to him. So we're actually catching up over the phone every week. So on Saturday nights, we've done one so far, one follow-up, and called him and went through just a bit of the Bible, a little bit on repentance and what grace and that means. And he's actually super keen to be reading through Mark and going through kind of, I guess, Christianity explained material. So definitely really keen to see the outlook and what's going to be happening over just the next few weeks as we delve into that more, and he finds out more about who God is and what his plans are for his life and things. Yeah.